I heard something really smart recently. Life-changing steps require taking risks. The moments that truly matter usually just happen by accident, because it's only the unimportant things that you can plan perfectly. Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm currently living in Haikou, Hainan, China. This is my first time trying to document my life through videos. I used to work in real estate for a long time, but as you probably know, China's property market went from booming to totally cooling down. It's been a massive historic shift, and facing all that, I just decided to pivot and walk away. I finally got the freedom everyone talks about, but trust me, it's nothing like the movies. When you don't have a steady paycheck, but still have to pay a massive mortgage every single month, the stress is real. To keep going, I had to cut back big time and watch every penny. People think not having a traditional job is a dream, but let's be honest. Being unemployed for a long time isn't freedom. It's just a non-stop battle against your own laziness. When there is no system pushing you, the first thing to break isn't your wallet, it is your sanity. When I felt completely trapped in my room by this concrete financial anxiety and helplessness, I decided I needed a change of scenery. I needed to step outside, so let me take you to a local seafood market near my place. Haikou is located in Hainan, China's only tropical island province. This unique geographic location means it's bathed in sunshine all year round, bringing an incredibly rich abundance of local produce. Alright, time to go for a little stroll. I'm just grabbing my shoes and heading down to the street. Staying cooped up is no good. Let's go see what's buzzing outside. Realize that when you're dealing with life transitions, the absolute worst thing you can do is lock yourself in a room. The silence just turns into a giant magnifying glass for all your worries. You start imagining problems that don't even exist. Oh, I'm heading out right now with a clear plan. If my timing is right, catching a ride at this exact hour helps me beat the peak hour prices, just as the freshest catch is arriving at the market. If my timing is right, catching a ride now lets me beat the peak hour prices, just as the freshest seafood is arriving at the market. I just called a ride-hailing car through Didi. You can think of it as the Chinese equivalent of Uber. The entire journey was about 6 kilometers, which converts to roughly $1.8. The digital infrastructure here makes getting around incredibly seamless and cheap. But as the city streets of Haikou rolled past the window, all I could feel was a heavy silence. Honestly, this is my very first time trying to document my life through a video. It's not easy for me. I'm still learning how to be natural in front of a camera instead of just locking up. But I decided to stop waiting, because if I can't even start with something as small as this, then the so-called new life I keep talking about is nothing but an illusion. And here we are, at a local seafood market near my place. Surrounded by the South China Sea, the seafood here is not just diverse, but remarkably fresh. Personally, I absolutely love seafood. The morning market is, to me, the place with the most raw vitality. Watching the freshly caught fish and shrimps, and listening to the shouting vendors, those anxieties that felt magnified inside my room suddenly seem to heal in this tropical hustle. You feel a very real sense of groundedness. Life doesn't need grand philosophies. Survival itself is a vibrant, beautifully concrete thing. As you walk through these stalls, you'll notice something interesting. There are no price tags here. You have to ask the vendors one by one. Common local fish usually run anywhere from $6 to $15, while the rarer catches can easily go up to $60 or $70. Naturally, the fresher it is, the higher the price. If you're a rookie who doesn't know the ropes, it's incredibly easy to get ripped off. Also, there's a major catch behind these prices. Every year, Hainan has a 3.5-month fishing ban to basically give the fish a break to grow and breed. Since big boats can't go out to sea, less seafood comes in. When the supply drops, the prices naturally shoot way up. It's simple math, really. The real secret to freshness here is actually the size of the boat. Those massive commercial vessels stay out at sea for weeks, meaning their catch is completely frozen. But these premium fish come from small local day boats. They carry less, but they return to the harbor much faster. Even though these quick turnaround catches cost more, most locals will still happily pay a premium. After all, the taste of a fish that was swimming in the ocean just a few hours ago. It's on a whole different level. So let's look at my real-time bill for today. I ended up picking out quite a variety, and the total came to about 500 RMB, which is roughly $70. Since the annual fishing ban is just around the corner, and prices are about to skyrocket, my strategy was to do a big haul right now and freeze everything at home. Honestly, getting this much premium seafood for around $70 is still an absolute steal compared to back home. Now that the shopping is done, it is time to head back and pack my freezer. Let's go. Right, as I was leaving, I saw this. Yup, a rooster straight up selling eggs, complete with a QR code for payments. Honestly, he looked so dedicated. I just had to support his business. Leaving the noisy market behind, we're now at Qilou Old Street, easily the coolest historical spot in Haikou. Most of these buildings were put up back in the late 19th century by Chinese immigrants who made their fortunes in Southeast Asia. When they came back, they built these shop houses by mixing Western styles with traditional Chinese designs. It's like a giant architectural mashup. The cooler part is how practical the design is. The front is a covered walkway, the shops are downstairs, and people live upstairs. In a tropical place like Hainan, this structure is a lifesaver. Whether it's a crazy storm or a blazing sun, you can just walk under the arches and stay completely dry and cool. As a former construction guy, looking at these weathered walls hits a bit differently. These buildings have survived over a century of brutal typhoons, pouring rain, and massive economic shifts. Standing here, I actually felt a wave of peace. Times change, trends come and go, but the solid things at the very bottom, they stay standing. Now, like any historical street, you've got your fair share of touristy shops selling overpriced trinkets. But if you just duck into the narrower side alleys, the fake polish completely disappears. You'll see old grandpas playing chess in their undershirts and local grandmas selling tropical fruits right off the pavement. That's the real soul of Haikou, right there. I can't help it. My old professional habits keep kicking in. Back in the day, I'd be checking these walls for structural cracks and grading concrete quality. But looking at these old crumbling bricks now, I'm actually kind of jealous. We build modern high-rises so fast today, but honestly, half of them probably won't look this cool in 100 years. By the way, if you ever visit Hainan, there's one weird local culture you absolutely have to know about. And it's called Laoba Cha, which basically translates to Papa's tea. Think of it as the ultimate lazy afternoon tea. Local uncles will literally sit around plastic tables for 5 or 6 hours, just drinking cheap tea, eating sweet buns, and shooting the breeze. There are no fancy cups or snobby rules. It's all about doing absolutely nothing, with zero guilt. Watching these locals just zone out and enjoy the morning makes me realize how tightly wound up I used to be. In my old job, if I wasn't constantly hustling or staring at a screen, I'd feel incredibly guilty. But being here, you start to learn that just sitting still and watching the world go by isn't a waste of time. It is actually a skill. Alright, I've done enough walking and reflecting for one morning, and my hands are getting seriously heavy from all that seafood I bought earlier. Time to head back, fire up the kitchen, and turn these ingredients into a massive feast. I know that right now there might be someone out there just like me, facing an industry winter or a major turning point in life. I want to tell you, you are not alone. Don't let anxiety drown you. Go work out, go learn something new, and drag your life back onto the track it belongs to. If you also want to rebuild your own system, you are more than welcome to join me. I'm Kurt. I'll see you in the next one.